turn some trash into art today. So I have this puffy paint here, and I want to try that viral garland that I have been seeing all over TikTok. Mira editing here. I just realized I said garland, but this whole thing went viral with little gingerbread houses, and I am doing my own spin on it with a garland. I have seen other garlands, but they use like Posca pens, acrylic paint pens and stuff, but I wanted to use the puffy paint. It sounded fun, and your girl wanted to feel like there was actual snow on the houses. I kid you not, every time I get on there, I see one of these videos. I know, I make my own For You page. I get it. But this sounds so fun to me. I have been trying to get my hands on puffy paint for a long time. I went to Michael's, sold out. I went on Amazon, back ordered. I could not find this stuff. And then it showed up on Amazon as a 3-pack, and I was like, sure. Realistically though, I'm pretty sure I could blow through a lot of this stuff. Let's get cutting. I pretty much just need the flaps of these boxes. Here's 1, 3, 4. Okay, so now that I have all these scraps, we, my friends, are gonna get a marker first. Hopefully this still has ink. So what we're doing is that viral gingerbread garland where people cut out little gingerbread houses using cardboard, and then they put snow on it or like frosting with puffy paint. And then you string it on a garland, you hang it in your house, give it as a gift, whatever, and you're upcycling stuff that would normally be trash. Every year, I usually do a video where I turn old crinkled paper from my packages into upcycled wrapping paper. I got pretty sick this year and didn't anticipate that, so might not have time to do it. We want to preserve the blank sides of all of these, so we're gonna use the sides that have stuff printed on them to draw our picture. I am gonna draw the first house. The cool thing with this, you can do a bunch of different houses, so we're just gonna play around. Ooh, she is almost out of ink. Okay, the next one. The cool thing with this, you can make a lot of mistakes and it's like fine. Not a big deal at all, because you're cutting it out. You probably can't even tell what I did there because I can barely tell either. Okay, let's do another one. I want to do like a short house with a really steep, tall, pointed roof like this. I should have drawn these closer together or like right up against each other. You learn as you go. Let's cut these out. Yes, I have one of those little cutting mats. Yes, I have X-Acto knives and stuff. Yes, it would be easier if I did that. Am I gonna do that? No, we'll just use scissors. I don't know if this is relatable or not, but sometimes I choose the hard way of doing something if it involves me moving. And right now I don't feel like moving. This is actually pretty easy. Whoa, we have our first house. If you wanna do this with me, I have a tip to make this a lot easier. This was just by coincidence, but I'm gonna show you something. You see all those like little corrugated lines or whatever you call that word? They travel down like this. So if you can make the edges of your houses line up with those, your scissors slide through the cardboard way better. Just a little tip if you also would prefer to use scissors. Okay, this is the part that is a little weird, but bear with me. I sincerely hope I remember what I have in my head to make this one by the time I use this puffy paint, because if I think it looks like a gift tag later and I forget my design, that would be unfortunate. Thankfully, if you mess up with this, you don't have to feel guilty. You're upcycling something that you would probably get rid of anyway. Here's the cute little village so far. I think if I do 4 or 5 more houses, then that would be enough for a garland. Now, I'm gonna work smart, not hard. So for this one, I'm also gonna use the bottom of this box. There's 1. There's 2. We're learning, folks. We are learning. There's 3. There's 4. 5. That was so satisfying. Now I'm gonna do this. This time of year is so fun for making crafts and stuff because I feel like I put a lot of love and effort into really large painting collections. And then I just get to goof off with fun little projects like this in December. This one is so teeny. I'm really excited to do this one. I drew what I had in mind for the roof ahead of time so I would remember, because it really sucks when you don't remember what you were trying to do. Here's our little houses. They're so cute. I'm gonna flip them over. We can do our little village preview. This is what it will look like. Ooh, this one needs a little touch up. Okay, let's open this up and test it first. Here's a little scrap. Oh, this is... yeah, that's gonna be so fun. We have so many houses to do. Let's start with this easy design first. Come on. I'm gonna use some little scraps as cleanup because I don't want to get paintbrushes dirty today. I probably need to make sure all the paint is at the nozzle and ready to go so I don't have a little explosion. There's definitely a learning curve to this. I have to figure out like how tightly to hold this to get the paint to come out at a good, like, you know how you're knitting and you want to have like a even gauge or whatever, even tension, kind of like that, but with this. Okay, I want to do a little scalloped roof thing. Yeah, that's a bit of a learning curve. All right, there's our first one. I need to do this one before I forget the plan of my roof because it would stink if I forgot. The first thing I want to do is draw a line right here. I actually just do a line around the whole perimeter. It is way harder to get these to come out smooth, so I'm just gonna kind of embrace the fact that it's supposed to look really homemade. I don't know what it is, but I'm really in a heart mood, so we're just gonna do another heart right here. Bringing back the 90s. Let's bring back the 90s today. I want snow to be resting on the top of this roof too. Just sounds kind of fun. It's not perfect, but it is different. I'm gonna take this little one. Whoa, that was too much. Okay, I'm trying to do one of those little candies. There we go. This cute little one has a chimney. I really want a cookie. We're about halfway through making these little houses, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's been way easier than I thought in many ways. I feel like the nature of puffy paint is just, it's a forgiving medium. If it comes out looking kind of blobby and stuff, it works really well for this craft. Other things you might not want it to be this way, but this one, I feel like it's going good. All right, I just did a house like that. I want to do this one. Let's do a voiceover for the rest of this garland. I feel like after you've seen a couple houses get decorated, you've kind of seen it all. It's a little bit repetitive, so instead, I'm going to share my thoughts about this whole project, and then at the very end of the video, I'm going to give you a breakdown of all the things that I actually bought for this and the things that I used up that were already in my house. With that being said, I think this project is super accessible to anybody. It's super easy and super forgiving because you're only using the puffy paint to create the decor, really. So you can be sloppy if you want it to look snowier, or you can get really precise. I kind of feel like I was more on the sloppy side, but I've definitely seen neater ones on TikTok. That said, you can also change up this project because when I originally came across this, I was seeing a lot of gingerbread houses with puffy paint. But then I saw some garlands too, and I thought the garlands sounded really fun. So anyway, I finished all the houses. It took me over a day to to get back to this because I wanted to make sure everything was super dry. Then I took some glue, glue gun, and some string, and we're going to assemble our garland. One tip I will give you though, if you are going to turn this into a gingerbread house or a garland, please give this at least 24 hours to dry. With puffy paint, they don't even recommend you wash any like fabric that you put it on for 72 hours. And believe me when I say you will want a full day for this to dry. Anyway, I glued the string on the back, and I was super generous with the glue because I do have toddlers and I do fully expect them to like pull at this and play with it because that's like the point of why I made it. I want them to enjoy it, but I also want it to stay together. So I laid down some glue and then I put glue on top of it as well. And this is how it looks. I didn't want to stop here though, so I was really happy, you know. But I got some old ribbon that I had, and we're just gonna put some little imperfect bows because I'm not good at tying bows, but that's okay. It can look really homemade. I don't really care. It was just for fun, and my kids are gonna have fun with it too, so yeah. I just finished putting all the bows on the garland, and now it's time for the big reveal. Here is my cute little homemade upcycled garland. I turned trash into something that gets new life. The only thing I bought for this project was the puffy paint, so this was a super affordable project to make. The rest of the stuff, I just looked around my house and found things that I could use up. Obviously, that box was gonna go in my recycling, so gonna use my trash, you know, don't have to pay for that. Then I used up some leftover ribbon from wrapping gifts this year. I've had this ribbon for, I think, a couple years now. And then this one I bought a couple months ago for a different project, had it left over. And yeah, this is how it looks. If you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I have a bunch of different stuff every week. I consider myself a style hopper, so I don't like to really stick with one thing. That's what makes it fun over here. We don't have an aesthetic here. We just do. We do things. We have fun. Alrighty, have a beautiful week. I'll see you later. Bye.